welcome back to my dear students. How are you? I hope all are you good. Today let me start SST chapter number 70 Judiciary, जिसको हम बोलते हैं न्यायतंत्र, जहाँ पे न्याय होता है. So the judiciary in India, भारत में न्यायतंत्र. In the previous chapters we read that the legislature makes laws and the executive implements them. The judiciary is the third organ of the government. जो न्यायतंत्र है वो सरकार का तीसरा अंग है. An independent and impartial judiciary is an indispensable requirement in a democratic state like India. The judiciary interprets laws and applies them to resolve disputes that arise between individual citizens. Between states of India, between center and a state or more than one state, it is the guardian of the constitution and upholds the fundamental rights and liberties of citizens. A person can be punished for an offense only if he or she is proved guilty in a court of law. ठीक है, तो ये न्यायतंत्र जो होता है ये आम नागरिक के लिए बिटवीन इंडिविजुअल सिटीजन्स, बिटवीन स्टेट्स ऑफ इंडिया, बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट और मोर, मतलब केंद्र में, राज्य में हर नागरिक के लिए जरूरी होता है न्यायतंत्र. ओके, तो राइट्स एंड लिबर्टीज ऑफ सिटीजन्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड upholds the fundamental right. A person can be punished. अगर कोई जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के जो तहत जो लॉ है, जो नियम है, कानून है, उनको कोई मतलब ब्रेक करता है तो उसको इक्वली पनिशमेंट, ही और शी कोई भी है वो उसको पनिशमेंट दिया जाएगा, कोई भी उनको अगर फॉलो नहीं करता है तो. इंडिया हैज एन इंटीग्रेटेड एंड यूनिफाइड जुडिशरी एट द लोएस्ट लेवल. द कोर्ट इन द इंडिया deal with cases from one or more villages. At the highest level, the Supreme Court deals with cases from all over the country. The structure is like a pyramid. The lower courts, the district court, the high court, and the Supreme Court at the apex. And the lower court, district court, उसके बाद high court, and after that Supreme Court. All cases coming from a lower court can be taken to a high court and ultimately the Supreme Court. By way of appeal, the judiciary is free from interference of the government. It can therefore impartially judge a case which is fought between a rich landlord and a poor farmer without any bias. तो दोनों, चाहे वो अमीर है चाहे वो गरीब है, दोनों का समानता से बराबरी से केस लड़ा जाएगा. Types of cases. Cases कितने प्रकार के होते हैं? The cases tried in our courts are two types: civil cases और criminal cases. Civil case में क्या होता है? Deal with disputes that concern property, money, marriage, inheritance and land. तो सिविल केस कौन कौन से होते हैं? प्रॉपर्टी के लिए, मनी के लिए, शादी का, भूमि विवाद, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Civil case can be settled outside the court. The verdict of the court is restricted to injunctions or payment of compensation. Civil cases are initiated by filing a complaint petition by the aggrieved party himself or herself or through a lawyer appointed by them. So civil case generally concern a dispute between two private individuals. Now next one is criminal case, जो आपराधिक मामले होते हैं. Deal with crimes that harm society such as robbery, adulteration, forgery, murder, cheating and physical injury. These cases may lead to severe punishment like fine, imprisonment or even death sentence. In a criminal case, the state is the complaint as the crime committed is an offense against the state at large. Structure of courts in India. India has a single unified judicial system with the Supreme Court as the apex court that oversees and directs the functioning of other courts. So the decisions of the higher courts are binding on the lower courts. Both the Supreme Court and the High Court are courts of records. It means verdicts of decisions passed by these courts are documented. This documentation helps in future cases of similar nature. The court's decision or order is cited in dispensing justice in similar cases. The system of courts in India allows people to appeal to a higher court if they are not satisfied with the decision of the lower court. Let's discuss then further. Supreme Court. Some common features of the Supreme Court are: the Supreme Court of India is the apex court of India, located in New Delhi. कहाँ पे है? New Delhi में. Okay. So next, it is headed by the Chief Justice of India, who is appointed by the President of India and is assisted by 33 judges. These judges are appointed by the President as well as in consultation with the Chief Justice. अब जो न्यायाधीश होता है वो किस प्रेसिडेंट द्वारा अपॉइंटेड किया जाता है एंड असेस्ड बाय 33 जजेस के द्वारा. ठीक है, दी जजेस आर अपॉइंटेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट. और ये जो जजेस हैं 33 ये प्रेसिडेंट के द्वारा अपॉइंट किए जाते हैं. सो द जजेस रिटायर एट द एज ऑफ 65. However, they can be removed, impeached by the president on grounds of misuse of power of misconduct. The Supreme Court has the power of judicial review. All courts in India function under the direction and control of the Supreme Court. Next one is High Court. Some common features of the High Court are, it is the highest court in the state. It is headed by a Chief Justice who is appointed by the President of India in consultation with the Chief Justice of India and the Governor of the state. So other judges are also appointed by the President in consultation with the Chief Justice of India, Governor of the states and the Chief Justice of the High Court. High Court judges retire at the age of 62 and can be impeached in the same way as the judges of the Supreme Court. The High Court controls and supervises the functioning of subordinate courts. It tries both civil and criminal cases as well as reviews judgment of subordinate courts. Subordinate or district यानी जिला न्यायालय. Some common features of a district court are, it hears civil and criminal cases at the district level. तो ये जो जिला न्यायालय है ये केवल डिस्ट्रिक्ट और तहसील लेवल तक के केस सॉल्व करती है. It is presided over by a district judge. The district court are subordinate to high court. अब देखिए यहाँ पे एक स्ट्रक्चर दिया हुआ गया. The structure of judiciary level, national or state or district. Judiciary, hierarchy, the Supreme Court, High Court and District Court. ठीक है, अब बात करते हैं हम jurisdiction की. Jurisdiction means the right of a court to try a case. In legal language, it means the extent of legal authority that courts can exercise. There are different kinds of jurisdictions that a court exercises. Original jurisdiction. It is the right of the court to hear a case for the first time. The Supreme Court exercises original jurisdiction over the following cases. Dispute between states. आपसी राज्यों में मतभेद होना. Dispute between the center and one or more states. Cases involving violation of the constitution by the government, any of its agency or any individual. Can issue writs, a legal document issued by the court directing a person to do or not to do something for upholding and enforcing the fundamental rights granted by the constitution. The high courts exercise original jurisdiction over the following cases. Cases involving violation of fundamental rights, cases involving disagreement over matters related to state election. Appellate jurisdiction. It is the right of the higher court to try a case that has already been tried in a lower court. It's if a person loses a case in the lower court in the first trial, she has the right to appeal to a higher court. The court where such appeals are made is called the appellate court, and that court is said to exercise appellate jurisdiction. The Supreme Court and the High Courts have appellate jurisdiction. So the Supreme Court exercise appellate jurisdiction over the following cases. So petition filed against the decision of the High Court, civil and criminal cases. Cases where the High Court itself confirmed that it entails on an important point of law and calls for interpretation of the Constitution. Cases where the High Court changes decision of a lower court and awards death penalty to the criminal. The High Court exercise appellate jurisdictions over criminal and civil suits. Advisory jurisdiction. When the Supreme Court gives advice on certain matters, it is said to have exercised advisory jurisdiction. For example, the Supreme Court advised the President on constitutional issue. However, the President is not bound to follow the advice of the Supreme Court. मतलब वो bound नहीं है कि वो Supreme Court के order को मानेगा President. Supervisory. When higher court supervises the working of the lower courts, they are said to have exercised supervisory jurisdiction. The Supreme Court has supervisory jurisdiction over all the other court. The High Court supervises the work of all subordinate courts. Lok Adalat and public interest litigation. In recent years, Lok Adalat have been introduced for providing fast and affordable justice to the poor and the underprivileged. These courts provide justice quickly by resolving cases that have been pending in other counts. The first Lok Adalat met in Delhi in 1985 and solved 150 cases related to payment of compensation in a single day. PIL or public interest litigation is filed by an individual or a group of people in the Supreme Court or High Court. PIs are filed when public interest is undermined or not given due attention by any government action. So the court admits bills only when it's satisfied that these cases are directed towards public welfare. तो ये public के फेवर में होती हैं चीज़ें, मतलब उनकी सुनने के लिए छोटी से छोटी चीज़ें, छोटी से छोटी बातें जो है वो यहाँ पे अपनी बोल सकते हैं. Importance of judiciary. The judiciary holds immense importance in a democracy because it guarantees justice. It guarantees justice to the citizens. It keeps a check on the powers of the government. It safeguards the federal character of the country by resolving disputes between the center and the states. It protects the fundamental rights of citizens. It acts as the custodian of the Constitution. All topics are covered in this chapter. I hope you all are very well enjoyed it and understand it. We will meet you the next class. Thank you.